Alright, let me start with a disclaimer that I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro YouTuber. I don't do this for money. I'm doing this for your education. That being said, if the volume's off, the video's off, my skin is gay, whatever the fuck, just learn from this and don't bitch. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. So, that being said, today's tutorial is all about the buildings during gameplay and player made structures during gameplay, i.e., ramps, any one by one scrims, whatever you're gonna do in game that involves building and the current buildings. So, as you know, this is a default setup. I went ahead and prepped up everything. I just used the prefab Paradise Palms Hotel. I added some other stuff, and you'll see I got an inventory loadout just to help me show you what's going on. So the very first thing we're going to go over here, we're going to go to my island. In the game settings, and if you go scroll down 15 or so, the four things that control building, um, not allowing you to build per se, but the buildings, how they react during gameplay, is a good way to say it. So the building can destroy environment damage, building damage, and pickaxe destruction. These four things here control how the buildings react during gameplay. On default, it's very simple. It acts just like a battle royale. You can go in, you can do everything. You can knock down player-made structures. You can knock down the buildings. Um, I mean, you guys are familiar with how the game works. So you can destroy everything if everything is set to default. You can also manipulate the buttons, and we're going to go over that here in a second, to allow you to do a few things. You can make it so um, when you lay down a floor, for instance, we'll go over here. For instance, if you lay down a floor where these bushes are at, it's going to destroy these bushes. You can make it so that it does that, or it doesn't do that. You can make it so that you cannot destroy any of the creative buildings that you've put in here. For instance, we'll make it so that we can't destroy the Paradise Palms Hotel, but you can destroy player-made structures such as ramps or whatnot. And you can manipulate it so that it doesn't destroy anything, or it just destroys player-made structures, or it just destroys buildings. So, that being said, hope I didn't ramble on too much. It's still early in the morning for me. We're going to go in here and manipulate some of the things. So my island, game settings, scroll down about 15. Now the game treats player-made structures differently than it does prefab structures, or structures that you have put into your creative. Building can destroy environment. That controls when you lay down a floor. Will it take out a bush? Will it take out whatever's covering that floor? As default, it's set to yes. When you lay down a floor, it's going to destroy whatever's on top of the area that you're laying a floor down. We're going to turn that off and hit apply. Always hit apply. If you don't hit apply, it's not going to affect when you start the game. So we turned it off. I'm going to start the game just to show you how that it works. We'll go over here. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going to lay down a floor. If I lay down a floor where these bushes are on the default scenario, these bushes would disappear. Same thing here. If I lay down a floor, oh, I can't do it because I'm in the game. If I lay down a floor over here, these bushes would disappear. If I lay down a floor over here, these bushes would disappear, and the tree. Same deal. You guys know how that works. So as you can see, we turned it off and everything is safe. Simple enough? I think so. I think this one's going to be a little bit longer than 10 minutes. Oh shit. Alright, once again, that was building can destroy environment. So we're going to turn that back on. Now, environment damage. That is if you shoot a building, will the building get hurt? We're going to turn that off. So as a default, if I shoot a rocket launcher at a building, it's going to take out a wall. Well, we turned it off so that now if I shoot a rocket launcher at the building, it will not destroy the building. All right. So you turned it off, you can't destroy the building. Building safe. But we didn't turn off the player-made structure one, so the prefab buildings that you put in are fine. But you can destroy player-made structures. Yeah, one again. Alright. So once again, that was game settings. Scroll about 15 down. That was environment damage to save your buildings. Now, building damage, there are several options. You will be able to destroy your stuff, your team stuff, only the enemy stuff, or everything, or nothing. So we're going to set this up to we can destroy only enemy built stuff, and we still have this one turned off so that the prefab buildings will be safe. Hit apply. Show you how it works. So we have it set off so that the prefab buildings are safe and our stuff are safe, but the enemies would not be safe. So we'll just build a little ramp. Alright. So our stuff is safe. The building is safe. But if there were enemies building, we could destroy their stuff. Enemies still would not be able to destroy the prefab buildings. Game settings will restore everything to default. So now it's set up to where everything can be destroyed. You can use this in a variety of different ways. The way that I like to use it is I have like a 1v1 arena, and the prefab buildings are safe, but I have it turned on to where all the player made, both enemy and both yours and your teams, you can destroy. So you're basically inside of an arena and you're having build battles where you can take out the enemy's ramps and whatnot, but the walls of the arena are safe. One more thing I want to go over real quick is pickaxe destruction. Remember, everything's set on default. Pickaxe destruction, you can leave it as, it takes 5 hits to bring down a brick wall, or you can turn it to instant, to where if you hit the brick wall once, it will destroy it, or none. Now, several of these things overlap, so you won't be able to use your pickaxe to destroy buildings if you have it on none. You could also set it to where you cannot destroy the buildings, or you cannot destroy the player-made buildings either. But I'll turn it on instant just to show you real quick. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but whatever. Some people learn differently, right? Alright. Pickaxe destruction. One hit. One hit wonders. One hit, one hit, one hit, one hit. One hit, one hit, one hit, one hit. Pretty self-explanatory. And of course you do collect the mats. I feel like Thor. And then you can use this to your advantage, to whatever kind of creative you're building. I don't have anything where one hit would benefit the player. Victory! So, once again, my island game settings, scroll about 15 down. The 4 things that control building can destroy environment. Whether you place a floor down, uh, that'll control whether it destroys any of the things that are on top of the floor. Environment damage, that's for the prefab buildings. Building damage, that controls the player made structures. And then pickaxe destruction, instant, non-default. Alright, hope you learned something today, and sorry this went over 10 minutes. And once again, if you need any help in game, got any questions, go ahead and contact me. And peace.